10 strange people you will never believe actually exist in this world. In this video we would like you to take a look at some 10 strange people who actually live in this world with amazing body features which are really different from every normal human being. 1. Jyoti Amge. Jyoti Amge is an Indian actress notable for being the world's shortest living woman according to Guinness World Records. Following Jyoti Amge's 18th birthday on the 16th of December 2011, she was officially declared the world's shortest woman by Guinness World Records with a height of 62.8 centimeters. She is currently 22 years old. 2. Abby and Brittany. Abigail and Brittany Hensel are American conjoined twins. They are dicephatic parapagus twins and are highly symmetric for conjoined twins, giving the appearance of having a single body without marked variation from typical proportions. Each has a separate heart, stomach, spine, pair of lungs and spinal cord. Each twin controls one arm and one leg. As infants learning to crawl, walk, and clap required cooperation. They can eat and write separately and simultaneously. Activities such as running, swimming, hair brushing and driving a car require coordinated action. 3. Nick Vujicic. Nicholas James Vujicic is an Australian-American Christian evangelist and motivational speaker born with tetra amelia syndrome, a rare disorder characterized by the absence of arms and legs. Nick Vujicic was born in Melbourne, Australia, in 1982. He was born without fully formed limbs. According to his autobiography, his mother refused to see him or hold him when the nurse held him in front of her, and she and her husband went out of the hospital and vomited from seeing their son with no limbs, but they eventually accepted the condition and understood it as God's plan for their son. Originally, the toes of one of his feet were fused. An operation was performed to separate the toes so that he could use them as fingers to grab. He refers to it as his chicken drumstick. 4. Sajjad Gharibi. Sajjad Gharibi is an Iranian bodybuilder popularly known as the Persian Hulk. In a very short time, this young man has gained more than 100,000 followers. He has also shown his desire to join professional wrestling due to his huge body of muscles that is about 386 pounds. Sajjad Gharibi has also declared his ambition to become a soldier for his country and start his training soon. He has become an internet phenomenon because of his enormous physique. 5. Tom Staniford. Tom Staniford is one of only 8 people in the world to suffer from MDP syndrome. This extremely rare condition prevents his body from storing fat under the skin, and even on the soles of his feet. Tom Staniford was born with a normal metabolism, but at the age of 12, he started losing fat around his face and body. He also has just 40% of the muscles of an average man, and his hearing is also compromised due to this condition, so he is forced to use hearing aids. It is a cruel irony that he has also developed type 2 diabetes, because the fat levels in his blood are just as high as someone who is clinically obese. However, he has never let his condition hold him back and he has already proved that it is possible to live a normal life. He even has a girlfriend named Alice, who believes he is just a normal guy. Tom Staniford is a graduate of law. 6. Kim Goodman. Kim Goodman is a woman who is able to pop her eyes out of her eye sockets by 12 mm, that is 0.47 inches. She holds the world Guinness record for the farthest eyeball protrusion. She lives in Chicago, Illinois in the United States of America. She discovered her eyeball popping talent one day when she was hit over the head. Her eyeballs popped out much further than usual and ever since that day she could pop them out on cue, as well as when she yawns. She has appeared on The Late Show with David Letterman. In 2004, Kim Goodman was included by Guinness World Records in their 50th anniversary list of top 10 feats of all time. 7. Amu Haji. Amu Haji is the dirtiest man in this world, who has not taken a shower for the last 65 years. This 85-year-old man looks like a troll or maybe a creature from the fantasy films. Amu Haji lives in the village of Deza in Iran. He lives a dirty, but fairly primitive life with one of his most prized possessions being a 3-inch steel pipe, through which he smokes animal dung instead of tobacco. His skin is scaly and muddy, you can barely see his eyes and one can only imagine how his body smells like. Also, it is quite hard to believe this is a real human being, just by looking at him. When it comes to food, he cooks animal carcasses such as rotten porcupine meat. And for shelter at night, he uses a hole in the ground which resembles a grave pit. Amu Haji believes cleanliness brings him sickness. 8. Sun Mingming. World's tallest couple, Sun Mingming and his wife Shuyan from China. Material must be credited, the Sun News syndication, unless otherwise agreed. 100% surcharge if not credited. Online rights need to be cleared separately. Strictly one-time use only subject to agreement with news syndication. 9. Gurkari Brock Obliquette. from Florida in the United States has become an internet star after posting videos of her skillful tongue tricks online. Her tongue is so long that she can use it to touch her elbow, her earlobe and even lick her eyes. 10. Julia News was born in 1955 and has 95% of her body including her face covered in tattoos. She held the Guinness World Records for being the most tattooed woman in the world. In her mid-30s, News developed porphyria, a condition in which sunlight results in blistering of the skin. As the blisters often result in scars, she began getting tattoos as a way to cover up the scars, which can get as deep as third-degree burns. Her friend who was a plastic surgeon had suggested she get her skin tattooed in a pale skin tone color, similar to the color of her scars.